Welcome to Lake TV's High School Basketball Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at COMC, Central Ozarks Medical Center, also Hy-Vee in Osage Beach and Jefferson City. Our vet at the lake and the O'Sullivan Bruce Group, part of RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks, and our coach this week, Hall of Fame coach Craig Engelbrecht. We like to call him Coach E because he's our friend. He's our buddy. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great, thank you.
Excellent. So we got to do an Osage game recently. We did your game against Camdenton here a couple weeks ago, and you guys pulled out the nice win. It was a tough win, tough game, but nice, kind of a revenge win for you guys after losing to Camdenton last year.
Yeah, we went to their place last year. They played really well, and their press really got into us. We turned the ball over too much. We played well in the first quarter last year against them, and then they pretty well ran away with it from then on out. And so, yeah, you used the right word. It's kind of the word that we used in practice. This is a motivation, a revenge type of game where we need to play well on our home floor, and it was really an exciting game.
Absolutely. So you guys are off to a pretty good start, 6-3, and you've beaten some rivals. We talked about the win over Camdenton. I think you beat Eldon recently on a last-second shot, I think. Eldon's better this year. So it's kind of nice to get those rivalry wins, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm kind of new to the program. This is my second year, so I'm starting to feel what the anticipation is and the enthusiasm is for those kind of games. And it was really an exciting way to go into the Christmas break. Alton Trace had a three-pointer at the buzzer to beat Eldon, which was a really hotly contested game all the way through, and that was for third place in the Lynn tournament.
Yeah.
So that was a really fun game, and he'd been sick that week of the tournament, so it was really a nice way for him to cap it off with a game-winning three.
As a coach, do you remember those games like that end like with a game-winning three at the buzzer and stuff from over to the years? Do those things kind of sit in the back of your mind?
Yes, they do, but being the pessimist that I am, more sits in your mind the ones that don't go in at the end of the game. You know, those shots that you're like, oh, if it would just gone in, we'd have won that one. So, yeah, but you should dwell on those good moments for the kids and for the program.
Absolutely. Okay, so who have been the kids stepping up for you? You mentioned Alton Drace, the game that Lake TV we did against Camden, and he had a big game, like 22, 25 points, something like that. Good. He's a good young player.
Yeah, and we've tried to cut down on our turnovers this year, and Alton's our point guard, and he's done an outstanding job of taking care of the basketball, getting us in our offense. But besides that, like you say, scoring the ball for us. So he's probably been our most consistent player game in and game out. Grant Steen was an all-conference player last year, a guard for us, and he had a really nice second half in the Camdenton game. And I think he had like 7 out of 8 free throws to kind of keep us ahead, because that was one of those type games where any kind of chink in the armor, they were going to come back. And then Brockton McLaughlin came on strong in the second half of that game, and he's had about 4 or 5 good games. And then we've got our other starters. Talon Childs has been, he had a big basket in the Camdenton game, and Dalton Steckline has given us some inside presence and just a really good feel for the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, our bench, I thought, played well that night. We got some, I think, 5 or 6 points out of Will Faulkner. Hunter Graber, who people might know from football.
Yeah.
He came in and got 2 big baskets, and it doesn't sound like much, but if you were there, every basket, every point mattered in that game because it was so close. And he played well off the bench. J.P. Cordula has been giving us a good run off the bench. And Dane DePay's given us some good time off the bench. So I'm proud of the guys so far where they're at.
Absolutely. And it's funny, you kind of need a mix of everybody. It's nice to have the scorers, like Drace and whatnot. But if you don't have those guys willing to go inside, get a few rebounds, take an elbow to the lip every once in a while, you're not going to win.
Yeah, and not that Camdenton is a huge post presence. There's not a lot of teams in the area that have huge post presence, but everybody has that guy who they're trying to get the ball to. And you mentioned just those small plays, those hustle plays. We complimented Hunter at practice for, fronting the post and jumping up there and stealing the ball when they threw it over his head. And, it was an athletic play.
Yeah.
And J.P. Cordula did the exact same thing. He was battling in the post. They tried to throw it in there. He wrapped around, got a steal. So all those things are invaluable in a game like that.
Absolutely. So we move into the meat of the season now. We're getting into conference play and all that. Next couple of weeks, you've got some really good tests. I think you've got 12-1 California, 9-3 Aurora coming up. That ought to be pretty interesting.
You call it interesting, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I call it, but it's going to be a juggernaut of a schedule coming up, and I think we've gotten some good games under our belt, so I think we're ready for it. But we'll only know once we play those kind of teams, and that competition only makes you better.
Absolutely, absolutely. See kind of where you are, how far you've come,
yes,
all that good stuff. So this is the High School Basketball Coaches Show. We're talking with Coach E, Craig Engelbrecht from the Osage Indians, and we'll have more with Coach E right after this. What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
It pays to be a senior and shop at Hy-Vee. It's the Hy-Vee Senior Discount. Your produce, snacks, household necessities, deli and bakery, mealtime favorites, and everything else in between. It's the Hy-Vee Senior Discount 7 days a week at Hy-Vee in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, where it pays to be a senior.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
The temperatures are cold, but high school basketball is red hot right now. Join Lake TV for great January matchups featuring Osage, Camdenton, Lebanon, Eldon, Versailles, and California. Mark your Lake TV games on the calendar and join us for the COMC pregame show just before every tip-off. Brought to you this season by Central Ozarks Medical Center, Millard Family Chapels, Slumberland Furniture, Mike Heitman, State Farm Insurance, Hy-Vee in Osage Beach, the O'Sullivan Bruce Group, Jerry Phillips Movement Mortgage, Ozark Homes, Sunrise Movers, Our Vets at the Lake, Vera Cruz Restaurant, Serdike Yamaha, SRG Financial Advisors, LakeExpo.com, and the Missouri State High School Activities Association. Welcome back to the Lake TV High School Basketball Coaches Show, focusing on the Osage Indians. Coach Craig Engelbrecht with us this week. We talked a little bit about, got a really tough part of the schedule coming up, 12-1 California, 9-3 Aurora. You've also got your old school on the schedule, 12-0 as we talk right now, Eugene. You were at Eugene for a long time. What was it, like 30 years?
33 years.
Became a Hall of Fame, Missouri High School Basketball Hall of Fame coach with all of your wins there. And so you go back, and it's got to be kind of weird, kind of surreal going back to a place that you coached at for 30 years.
Yeah, it'll be weird just sitting on the opposite bench.
Yeah.
You know, going in there, and having a different locker room and things like that. But it'll be fun. They beat us badly last year at our place, so. You know, you talk about revenge and trying to play better, and they're legit. I mean, Caleb Walker, who played for me as a sophomore, is a senior now, and he's grown about 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
And then Tyler Wren played him his freshman and sophomore years for me, and he was instrumental in us getting to the quarterfinal game of state and to go to the Final Four. So yeah, those guys were, and then all the other guys that are filling in were JV players for us. So. I know them pretty well, and it'll be interesting to match up with those guys.
It'd probably be emotional. I'm sure those players will come over to you before the game or after the game. There will be some hugs and some stuff. That's kind of special, though, to know that you had an effect on them like that.
Yeah, and I think that's why we do this. You know, I mean, you talk about the wins and losses, and that's what people remember, but it's really the relationships, you know, and that's kind of what coaching is all about. And I think that's kind of the thing that a person misses, you know, and that's kind of what got me back into it. I was only retired for like a couple of months, and then Osage called, and it was kind of in my mind was like, I don't have a team to go coach and to practice with, and so it's those relationships that really keep things going.
Since that retirement didn't last very long, like you said, a couple of months, and you gave up a great program that you built at Eugene. You ever have any second thoughts? Hey, I might want to go back there.
No, I mean, you kind of think it must just be God's timing, you know, and that's where He sent me to at that point, and it's been a great change. It's kind of been refreshing for me because I've had to learn all new a system and a way to do things, and I've met all new people, and they've been great people to meet and work with at Osage. So it's really been good for me.
Absolutely. Okay, pretty tough district this year. And we've got the 12-1 California team in your district. We've got 8-4 Versailles. They're a lot better this year. They're tough to beat this year. Fairgrove, Eldon, Buffalo. So that's the district that you're facing down. How's it looking here midway through the season?
Yeah, I'm not happy about it. You know, I'd like to have somebody weak in the district, you know, that you can be sure that you might beat. But like we said, hopefully our schedule is going to prepare us for the district, and that's kind of what we always point towards. And maybe we put too much emphasis on it, and you know the regular season loses its importance. But we think that the games we play, the schedule we have, is going to prepare us for that. But those teams you named are very legit, and a lot of those are conference schools. So we're going to have common opponents that we'll have played them by the time we get to district. So it's whoever's playing the best at that time. It's kind of like right now with the NFL playoffs they talk about. You know, it's not really where you're seated; it's how you're playing when you go into it. Can you, as a coach, try to work the team to be playing the best at the end of the season, or is that just kind of catch as catch can? You would like to think that you're peaking at the right time. You know, you don't put maybe everything in, at the beginning, and you kind of start piecing things in as the year goes along and start improving on areas that you hope that you'll improve on. So we think as coaches that we can help them peak at the right time.
Right.
But being in this a long time, sometimes you've got those teams that are doing it, and sometimes you wonder what happened. Where'd the momentum go?
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
It doesn't. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, you ready for a couple of fun questions?
Sure.
All right. So, what is your favorite TV show of all time? Probably as a coach, you don't get to watch a whole lot of TV except for Lake TV. So.
Boy, that's hard. I know as a youngster growing up, and you try to get home to watch MASH.
Yeah,
so that was always always run. So I always liked MASH. I like the Stranger Things series that came out a couple of years ago. They've had like 3, different episodes of that. So Stranger Things, I like that.
Yeah. MASH, though, huh? Kind of an old comedy.
Kind of an old comedy.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. How about movie-wise? What's your favorite movie of all time?
Gosh, I like so many of them. Probably the Gladiator.
The Gladiator, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Russell Crowe.
I would have gone maybe Hoosiers.
Yeah, I have enjoyed Hoosiers
like
and some
that.
of those. Yeah.
Is there a basketball movie like? Well, I mean, Hoosiers is a basketball movie. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
It is good, but sometimes it's hard to duplicate. Blue Chips and some of those. I mean, they try to base it on real life stories, but. I did just go see the Kurt Warner story, though.
I want to go see that.
And I thought it was really good.
Was it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
That looked like it is going to be pretty good. Okay, how about an actor? Do you have a favorite actor that's out there? A lot of people think I look like Brad Pitt, so maybe it's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I do like Brad Pitt movies. I think his 12 Monkeys, he did a really good job in that. I thought he did a great job acting there. But actor per se, I'm trying to think. I like the guy who plays James Bond right now because I like the James Bond series.
Yeah.
I've seen him in some other
Those
things.
Those have been good for over the years, haven't they?
So I've liked him. Growing up, I like Steve McQueen, going way back, some of the old actors.
Absolutely.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Always liked his movies.
There was a time he was the biggest box office attraction in the history, but not anymore, but times have changed.
Yeah, but I like his Indiana Jones series. So,
those are good.
Yep.
Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We know more now about Coach E, Craig Engelbrecht, and the Osage Indians. Coach, as always, thanks for coming by. We look forward to the next time we have you on the show here in a couple of weeks.
Appreciate it.